Thank you so much. Yeah, just type into the chat. And then any questions that you have while we're going through the presentation, just type those into the chat as well. And we'll leave time at the end of the presentation. We're here for an hour, and I'll answer all of the questions that you have and get you support so that you can actually implement this in your local marketplace. I've designed this presentation so that you can actually swipe and deploy. I know in the marketplace, there's a lot of like ahas or gotchas. It's like they teach you, 50 or 60% of what you actually need to do in order to get it done. And then it's like, oh, and then you got to buy this thing in order to make this work. And it's not like that. So and I'm just, full disclosure, we're an agency. We do this for our mortgage clients. That's why we have testimonials, right? And we'll offer at the end of the presentation to do it for you. But the way that I believe that we present ourselves to the marketplace, I will teach you absolutely everything that needs to be done. And then if you want to do it, you can do it on your own or have a staff member do it for you. Or if you don't have enough time, but you see the value in it, then you become a client. But there's no sense in me leaving anything behind the curtain because that doesn't serve you. And that's the whole point of everything that we do, is making sure that you close more loans. And whether you do it with us or you don't, it's my belief that if I can teach you and train you on this webinar, you take away what you learn and you implement that and you get results, well, it's very obvious that you're then going to come back in the future and say, hey, you helped me close more loans for free. What can we do now to take it to the next level? And we get clients in the agency all the time like that. So just to give you kind of an insight as to how we view these trainings, there's no ahas, there's no gotchas, and you're getting everything behind the system. So if you're interested in plugging into our Facebook information, head on over to facebook.com/CW Johnstone. That's Christopher William Johnstone, my full formal name. And facebook.com/CW Johnstone. You can like the business page. We do a daily vlog Monday to Friday, teaching different marketing techniques specifically for your mortgage business. We only work in the mortgage business, and we only work with mortgage lenders and mortgage brokers in North America. So that is for you. And well, that was odd. We just did 10 slides all at once. All right. So we're going to full size this. And then if you have any questions, go ahead and ask any questions that you have in the Q&A. Now it's giving me an error message, and I apologize. We are going to hop right into the content here. So resume share. Sharing is paused. Bring your shared window to the front. I don't know what that means. So hold on, folks. Just give me a second here. I'm assuming that it's showing you the small PowerPoint presentation, not the full size. And I've got scripts, like email scripts for you to send to your past clients, and an actual outline of exactly how to run this system. So I want to make sure that it's full sized on your screen so that you can get the scripts. So just give me a second here. We're going to do a new share of the screen, and we're going to do the whole thing. And that should get you the whole thing. And then we'll move this and this out of the way, just in case. You can see that over there. And away we go. And again, I apologize for a little bit of a delay getting into the content here. Specifically what you're getting, more deals from past customers, okay? In the email templates that I'm going to give you to reach out to your past customer database, you're going to generate referrals and deals from past clients and past customers that reach out to you because of that messaging. So it's going to build testimonials online on your Google My Business page and Zillow and Yelp, all those other services, but it's also going to generate deals from your past customers that you reach out to, okay? Then I'm going to be showing you how to make the attraction of your referral partners easier, because when you reach out to a new referral partner, or you reach out and they hear about you in the industry, or they just Google mortgage lender because they want to work with the best mortgage lender in the business, you can use your front page ranking on Google for easier attraction of referral partners, because it positions you as the best person in the marketplace for them to be doing business with. And obviously the main benefit of this program, which is new deals from high quality online leads. Mike Durr, who I spoke to yesterday, who we posted the audio of the phone conversation on our business page yesterday on Facebook, he's closing roughly 50% of the calls that he's gotten this month. into deals. Now, it's not that high every month, but statistically, it's exceptionally high because people are going to Google and they're looking for a mortgage lender. They're seeing his ratings and reviews. He's got more than anybody else in his marketplace right now. They read them and they go, okay, this is the guy that I want to work with. I can trust him. I know that I'm not going to get gouged on fees. I don't really know how else to determine who the best mortgage lender is. So I'm just going to deal with Mike because I feel safe, right? And that's what I want for you. I want people to make an obvious decision that you're the best in the marketplace at what you do and choose you. So this is the ultimate combo of search and paid advertising. And what I've done is I've got a section in the training here to show you how to use a little bit of retargeting so that you can get anybody that goes to your website to check you out. You can retarget them using Google Ads inside Gmail and on YouTube and services like that, so that after they've gone to your website and they're still in their buying decision, they see testimonials from your past customers. They see your offers for the different services that you offer, and it's very easy to then convert that person down the line. So this isn't just about showing up on search, but it's about following those people with really high quality retargeting messages that cost like pennies on the dollar to actually show to your audience. And I think you're really going to like that part of the training as well. This is cutting edge. I'm not going to talk about us in the agency at all, but what we're learning here today, I wrote some more detailed articles, and we were actually published in the online versions of Entrepreneur Magazine and Success Magazine. So I just want you to know that this is not, there's no ahas or gotchas here. This is reputable information. I personally have been teaching to the mortgage market specifically for 12 years now, and have toured all across North America doing presentations about digital marketing and the mortgage business. So we have seen a lot of change. And this is our team. This isn't our full team. We're actually 15 people strong, but this is how many I could get on the slide. And it's kind of like the core of our team. And we have some incredibly talented, amazing people that you have the opportunity to work with if you decide that we're the agency for you. Many of them, I would say most of them, have eclipsed me in my online marketing talents because I'm, running the business now. And so we've got some just rock stars on the team that I'm just so lucky to be working with. And again, it's not, the only reason that I say that is that we're not some like fly by night, hey, we'll build you a website type of thing. Like, I know you guys get bombarded all the time with all this, stuff from all these people. So I just want you to know that we're reputable and we're here and we're very good at what we do. Now, why online marketing specifically? So if there's anybody out there that's thinking, hey, I generate the majority of my business from referrals, from realtors, or from my past customers, yes, that should be the core of your business. But if you're looking to scale next year in 2018, you have to be able to put more leads and more deals up in the top of your funnel, right? The only way to grow the business at the bottom and generate more referrals and generate more referral partners is to put leads in the top. And digital marketing specifically is the way to go to marketplace. So this is a study that was done by Accenture, and Accenture says that more than a fifth, or 23% of U.S. consumers who purchased a mortgage over the last year did so through the internet or an online channel, which is an 8% increase over their 2012 findings. And this was a study that was actually done, I believe, in 2015, okay? So we're still, our trend now, the data isn't back yet, but our trend now is going to be much higher than that. I believe it's over 30% of the mortgages that are being funded in the marketplace right now. Those people are choosing their lender at the very beginning through an online search and through the internet. Now, the reason why that's important is because the whole transaction doesn't happen online, right? They choose the professional that they want to work with using an online search method, and then they go offline. Then it happens where there's the phone call, they book the meeting, they come into the office, or at least they get you on the phone and you walk them through the process of sending in the documentation and managing the relationship that way. But they find you online, and this is where our customers are trending. So if you want to be in front of the market trend, online is the way to go. And why search marketing? Well, it's a pretty simple question. How much spare time do you have, right? When you're marketing on Google, somebody has actually sat down in front of a computer and typed in mortgage lender, right? That means that they're at the very end of the buying process. So a year ago, they thought, hey, I want to buy a house, or maybe a refinance is a good idea, right? They sat down, they went through all the research, they've gone through all the steps to, you know, looking at neighborhoods, looking at schools, looking at realtors, picking potentially a realtor or not even picking a realtor at all at this point, and getting to the point where they're like, okay, I feel comfortable enough that I'm going to go through the process. We're going to need a loan. We got to talk to somebody, right? When they type mortgage lender into Google, they are at the very moment when they want to connect with you. And if you compare that to, say, Facebook, on Facebook, Facebook is phenomenal. It works for lead generation. Absolutely, it does. That's our second core product. We do Google rankings and reputation management and Facebook ads. But the Facebook leads and deals are completely different because there's no way to know where they are on the buying cycle. They could be a year and a half away from purchase, or 6 months, or 6 days. There's no way to tell when somebody comes in on a Facebook lead where they are in their purchase decision. But when they come in on Google, you know, they looked for you. They are chasing you as opposed to you chasing them. So if you look at the time that you have to invest in closing one of these leads, Google is very simple. It's you get a phone call. Primarily, that's how the leads come into the business. They've read the reviews online. They ask you a couple of questions, and then it's like, you fit, and I can get you approved, or you can't, and then you just process, right? It's a very simple, clean scenario where when you get a lead on Facebook, you've got to take that person and nurture them. You've got to, you know, chase them because they're not calling you. They're opting in on some type of offer, and then you've got to call them, text them, email them, and have this automated sequence at the back end. Primarily speaking, it takes 8 follow-up actions to get a Facebook lead to respond back to one of our clients and customers on the Facebook side of things. Now, on a volume perspective, and for a lot of people, that's phenomenal. That's great. But if you're looking at the lowest hanging fruit, and in 2018, you're trying to map out, okay, what is the thing that I can do that will get me the maximum amount of revenue for the least amount of effort? Google comes first. Then, as you achieve your target and your income off of, or not, but volume and then income from that volume, right? Then you stack Facebook on top of it. But it's my personal opinion that you should be doing Google first and then Facebook second, right? Am I making sense? Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat if you see the difference between how a lead comes in on Google and how a lead comes in on Facebook, right? On Google, they just pick up their smartphone or they pick up the computer, do a Google search, and then they call you and you process the deal. So, are you buying leads and are frustrated by the quality? That's why. If you're tired of social media and you can't figure out the follow-up, this is for you. You've got to focus on the lowest hanging fruit first. So with that said, let's fix that today. The secret is purchase intent. Purchase intent means people call direct to you. This is actually a screenshot of one of our client accounts where in the last 30 days, they've driven 703 total actions, but that doesn't really matter. What's important is the section there where it says call you. So these are just tracking the phone calls that are coming in from the Google My Business page. And I'll show you what that is. But you know, when you do a Google search and you see the map that shows up on the front page of Google and there's 3 businesses listed in the map, when you do that on a mobile phone, there's a button that says call. And you can click that button and call the business from a mobile phone, right? And so this service, your Google My Business page, tracks how many of those phone calls come in. And primarily what we're seeing with our average customer is that 50% of the calls will be on a mobile phone that are using that one-touch dial. And then the other 50% of the calls are people on desktop that are seeing it on their computer screen and then calling the number direct from there. So roughly, you can double those numbers. So 24 mobile calls, and that was over 40 calls for this client in just the last 30 days. Now, you should be closing 10% plus of those phone calls, right? So if you get 10 phone calls into the business, you should fund 1 loan from the program, right? Here's another one in just 1 month, 27 mobile calls, 54 calls total from that client. And these aren't clients in massive marketplaces. These are, this particular client that I'm showing you here has a marketplace of just over 200,000 people. So less than 500,000 people in that particular city generating that type of call volume. So for every 10 calls, you should fund 1 loan minimum. And if you think about your business, think about how your business is functioning as far as where do you get your deals from? Past clients and referral partners and new leads. Well, every single one of those lead sources, whether it's a past client, they're going to Google your name, right? Or if they go to, the Friday night soccer game, or while everybody's going to Christmas parties right now, New Year's is coming up, they're all getting together. Everybody brings their network of people together. And when they're talking, they talk about high-level big stuff that's happening. So when somebody says, hey, we're going to buy a house next year, we're currently shopping for a house, your past client says, okay, you go call my loan officer such and such, right? What's that person going to do when they leave the party? They're going to take the name, they're going to pull out their smartphone, and they are going to Google your name that has come from your past clients. And if they see no ratings and reviews online, or they can't find you, it's difficult for them to say, you know what, that's the best referral in the marketplace. It's an easy choice to go take that advice and go work with that business professional. So when you become one of the top rated lenders in your local marketplace, you close more referrals from your past clients because you're helping that referral make the decision to do business with you. Same thing with your referral partners. When people are driving around in a car with a realtor and they drop your name as the person that they should be using to get financed with, or however your realtor is referring business to you, they're giving your name out, right? That person is going to do a Google search. Are you supporting your realtor referral partners with the best foot forward online? Do they look good, like they're referring the best in the business, or is it kind of, oh, well, they got a website and I can't really tell whether they're better than the competitor, right? And then new leads. Obviously, the people that go to Google and type in mortgage lender, you want to be seen as the best because that will generate the highest volume of calls. But when we launch this for our clients and they come through the process at 4 months and 5 months and 6 months, there's this compound effect that happens in the business outside of just people, hey, I saw you on Google and I called. It's every aspect of your business is positively influenced by being one of the top rated lenders on the front page of Google, because it's how our customers work. So just think, what do your referrals see out there? If you've got another window that you can open up on your computer, just Google your brand name, Google your name. What comes up? What are your past customers seeing when they refer you to a friend or family member? What are your real estate professionals seeing? What do new customers with purchase intent see when they hop online? I went over those real quick, but these are our customers. Yale's in Brooklyn, New York, who's ranked on the front page with 23 ratings and reviews. Still shocking to me that 23 reviews can take a marketplace as competitive and as awesome as Brooklyn, New York. But I mean, here in the mortgage industry, we're still pretty much in the infancy of ratings and reviews. Some of the major marketplaces are really competitive right now, but if you start today, it will put you on the path to more commissions, even from your past customers and your referral partners, even if it takes you a while to rank on the local marketplace. This one's in San Jose, our client Sean, with 33 ratings and reviews, ranking in the 3-pack there. So the key to getting the purchase deals is to be in the 3-pack. So how do you take advantage in today's uber competitive world? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to follow Google's guidelines. I've got a little bit of a shocker for you, but there's no tricks. There's no software. So Google implemented artificial intelligence within the last 2 years, okay? And it is machine learning that has completely changed the way that search engine rankings are developed and the way that it works, and you can't trick it. Anybody that tries to tell you that there's a secret software or a private blog network or something like that where you can just immediately rank on the front page of Google, it might, but I can assure you that you won't be there long term, and all of the assets that you have as far as your website, your profiles, all your profiles will essentially at that point, and this is an asset that does long-term business growth. Okay? It's not a flash in the pan. It's not a, hey, this is going to work for 6 months and then we're going to go on to something else. This is a fundamental business strategy that every mortgage business should have, in my opinion. There are 2 people in each local marketplace that are going to get this traffic, and you have to do it right. So we follow Google's guidelines. We look at exactly what Google tells us that they want, and we provide it, and we're the best at the industry at providing it to Google. And that's how you rank. You just follow the rules, no shenanigans, high quality content, high quality backlinks, and a highly well-structured website. I mean, those are the things. So Google tells us right there on the screen, This is from the Google support thread where they published how Google determines local rankings, right? Relevance, distance, and prominence. Those are the three things that they're looking at. Those are the three things that I'm going to teach you how to build. So our proven system, you've got to do a website audit. And that's essentially translating your website into the language that Google is speaking to determine whether you're an authority or not. Most mortgage websites are broken, not in how they look, but in the code that's on the back end of the website. And there's some real easy tweaks to change the code on your website, or have corporate change the code on your website so that Google goes from, I'm not sure what this website is or what it does, to, oh, hey, this is a local mortgage lender in this local marketplace where they want to be ranked. It's pretty simple, right? Location and profile setup. This is just proving your professionalism to Google, but also to the marketplace, so they can see you on Yelp and on Zillow and all the local business directories and Yellow Pages and all that good stuff. And I'll give you the list of the different places that you need to be ranked. And then content. The content that you produce and put on your website, and put on your Google My Business page, is creating relevance with Google. You have to have regular, consistent content going out on your profiles. It is just the way that internet marketing needs to be done in 2018. You need to create relevant content to all of the different key phrases. And content is the secret to getting those high value key phrases. So we can take a website and rank as an authority as a mortgage lender, but then we can also take that, and by producing content on, say, VA loans, we're able to take VA loans at a city level, and then like a county level, and some of our client accounts, we've been able to take state level rankings on niche specific lending products because we are the best at creating content and feeding that content into Google. So they'll take a local website and give it that national traffic pattern because of the relevance of the content that's distributed. Prominence is done through backlinks. A backlink is just where, like a realtor, if you get a realtor that agrees to say, okay, on my website, I'm going to put a little link and it says, if you're looking for mortgage information, click here. And when somebody clicks on that link, it takes them to your website. You have a backlink from your realtor's website to your website. Backlinks are essentially like a voting system on Google. The more backlinks that you get to your website, the more votes are happening online that you are the reputable lender in your local marketplace. And the more votes that you get, the higher the ranking goes. It's basically, I'm going to show you how to reverse engineer the backlinks on your competitor's website in a couple of minutes. And that is essentially how you map out your plan. You take your top 3 competitors, see how many backlinks that they've generated, create a map of them, and then duplicate them and create your own until you have more backlinks than your competitors. And then as you're producing content, that's how you rank. It's not rocket science. It's just hard work. And then reviews, and that's trust and conversion, right? The reviews don't really have a massive impact on the rankings. All the time, we'll go into marketplaces and see people that have a lot of great ratings, reviews, and testimonials, but they're not showing up on the front page of Google because they haven't done the backlinking and the relevance and fixing their website and doing the profile syndication. So the reason that the reviews are important is because that's what makes the phone ring, okay? When somebody does a search for mortgage lender, they get on the front page of Google, it's the reviews that make them call. It's not the ranking. So that's very important. Now, warning, I'm about to nerd out and show you how to do this for yourself. But first, I want to show you just a little bit of the results that are coming from the system. And I'm not sure if you can see past there, so I'll show this. So this is from James Lowen. James is one of our clients. Last year, we increased our business by 48% more mortgage deals as a result of our SEO, pay-per-click, and online marketing with Chris and Connection Incorporated. And that's saying something because at the time that he wrote that review, he was in the top 20. He was one of the top 20 mortgage brokers in Canada. So an increase when you're at that level of business. James and his team are just absolutely phenomenal at what they do, but also getting ratings, reviews, and testimonials. So that gives you an idea as to what type of results you can get from this system. And then this one here is from Bob. Bob works in a very small rural market, essentially. I've known Chris for years, finally started using his SEO service in the spring. The results have been far beyond my wildest expectations, and volumes are steadily improving. For example, since September, and this was left kind of like mid-October of this year, I've had 11 applications, which have resulted in 5 deals and 2 pre-approvals. And that ended up out the back end of that. since having talked to Bob since then, 7 deals in that month. Thanks, Chris and his crew. So if you average out, let's say $2,500 commission in a deal, and some people are going to be higher, some people are going to be lower. But if you take that as kind of an average, because that's what we kind of see across the industry, boy howdy, if you get that, I can't believe I just said boy howdy. But if you can do that consistently month in, month out, it's not this massive shocking, hey, it's 25 deals in a month, but you do that every month consistently and turn that type of return on investment in your business, it makes a huge impact in quarterly numbers, and it makes a really big difference in the business. Oh, and this one here, this client didn't want to be named, but this came in. Total deals he's tracking for the year. He's got 25, including a $1.4 million refinance, where the average mortgage price is typically $350,000. Total volume is just shy of 1/3 of his total volume for the entire year came from a front page ranking on Google with ratings and reviews. And he says, rounded out, call it $100,000 in income. So that's certainly worth a little bit of effort, writing some articles and writing some emails to people asking for some backlinks, right? So if you're at this point in the presentation and you're like, okay, look, I get it. I understand what it is. And I know that I want it, but I don't have time to learn how to create content and backlinks and reverse engineer my competitors and fix my HTML. I don't want to learn any of that stuff. You can just call the office. Call 855-432-3990. They'll run you through the promotional pricing. They know the webinar's happening today. And they'll just walk you through what's included in the program and how we can do all of this for you. So if that's right for you, I don't want to spend too much time on that. But the number to call is 855-432-3990 to have all this stuff done for you. So here we go. This is how you outsmart your competitors. The first thing that you need is a Google My Business page. We've mentioned that a couple of times. If you don't have one for your business, go to business.google.com. So that's business.google.com. You'll see this screen. Click on the little green. Well, I'm way too far over on the screen. It's like, it's over here, the green button there that says Start Now. You're going to click on there. And this is a free tool. It's a free asset that Google gives you. And when you do the search and you see the map that pops up, that's where the majority of the customers are sitting right now, right? They are choosing the businesses out of that 3-pack. It's called the 3-pack because there's only 3 businesses that are listed there. And it's technically a Google My Business page that shows up in that ranking, but you have to optimize your website. Your Google My Business page sits on top of the website. You boost your website rankings, and your Google My Business page goes into that 3-pack. So you need that Google My Business page. When you're setting it up, make sure that you are in both the mortgage lender and the mortgage broker category. Include your business brand and your personal name, and then set up the appointment URL using TimeTrade or Calendly or something like that, because Google now allows you to book appointments automatically with clients right from your Google My Business page. So a customer can search for a mortgage lender, see and read all your ratings and reviews, click on your profile. There's a button that says book appointment. They can click on that button. And if you have a TimeTrade or a Calendly account, it syncs with your existing calendar. So all of the times where you have appointments are all blocked out. They can't choose one of those times. It just shows them the open slots where you're willing to take appointments, and they can self-book right into your calendar. And it will literally like book appointments for you without you ever talking to anybody. It's a phenomenal new tool. It's only been up for like 2 or 3 months, and it works exceptionally well. In the agency, we've actually had sales appointments this month that were exceptionally high quality leads. I haven't got the tracking back on that. I don't know what's happened with the sales team with those leads, but exceptionally high quality, and it's working in the mortgage business. So make sure that you set up that feature, because it's just sitting there and it's free for you to take advantage of. And then you need to make sure that you post an update at least once a month and enable messaging. It'll allow you to put your cell phone in there, and you can get text messages, again, from people on the front page of Google that have questions that are looking at your profile, right? So automated appointments, automated text messages, make sure that you set those up when you're setting up your profile. Then you want to go through your local NAP. And NAP just means name, address, and phone number. And there are all of these sites out there that Google looks at And it's essentially like that voting system, right? The more websites where your name, address, and phone number are listed, the more authority that you have with Google in the local marketplace. So you can take a screenshot of the screen right here, and these are essentially the sites that you need to go out to and sign up for a free profile, right? Fill in your business information with your name, your address, and your phone number, click save, and they will index you and put you into their rankings. And essentially, Google's going to crawl all of those, and you're going to get this big boost in authority in your local marketplace. Then what you want to do is go to Google and do a Google search, and we're going to reverse engineer what the highest quality local backlinks are in your marketplace as far as local business directories. And so all you do is just type in your area name, like so if you're from Plano, Texas, just type in Plano, right? And just type in Plano business directories. And Google will give you a list of all of the most reputable business directories in that local marketplace. And then you just go down the list, or have your assistant go down the list, click on the website. Somewhere on that website is going to be a button that says, you know, create my listing, or get a listing for free, or list my business. They'll call it something different, but you're looking for that link where you can just add your business to that business directory for free. So if you think about it, when somebody does a Google search and they say, find me a mortgage lender, Google goes out and says, okay, who's the most reputable mortgage lender in this local marketplace? And they go out and they look at all of the business directories to determine which business has been around the longest and has the greatest local footprint and is the most authoritative in the local marketplace. And we're reverse engineering the top places where that spider is going to go to get that information, right? Again, it's not complicated, but it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort to actually go out and do this stuff properly. Now, here's your secret advantage to local backlinks. Remember, we're building authority with Google. So when you're out talking to your real estate partners, make sure that you say, hey, I'm working on getting customers from Google this year. And if you put a link on your website that links back to my website, that's going to help me. Okay. So make sure that you work those relationships, and it's okay to link back to them as well. You can do it as like a reciprocal link thing. There's been some articles published that reciprocal links are bad. They don't work. Only if you're doing it in a bad, spammy way, right? If you're actually getting local businesses to connect with you and sharing, that's okay, right? Financial planners and insurance advisors, anybody related to the building industry. So builders, contractors, roofers, plumbers, any of those people getting those backlinks to your website are going to help, right? Then charities, associations, and other local business owners that you know. Every time you run into somebody over Christmas and New Year's, you should be asking, you know, would you be willing to link to my website? I can send you a document that shows you how to do it, or that you can send to your tech person, but would you be willing to do that for me, right? And then you just follow up and get the backlink after that. Now, again, every single one of those backlinks that you get is going to move you up the rankings. It's one of the core factors. That and content are going to rank you. Now, I'll skip over this real quick, but the code on your website, if you go to your website, right-click the mouse, and then click View Page Source, you will see the code that is behind your site, which is what Google actually sees. They don't see the graphics of what your site looks like. They see the code. On there will be a thing called a title tag, and that is your introduction to Google. So when Google comes to your website and says, hey, are you an authoritative mortgage lender in this local space that I can rank? And your title tag says nothing, or something that doesn't say mortgage lender or the area name, Google gets confused and they go, okay, well, next, right? It's only got a fraction of a millisecond to make the decision as to whether you should be ranked or not. It goes on pretty quick. So your title needs to have the area name where you want to rank, and it needs to have the phrase mortgage lender. And it's my recommendation that you put your name and your brand name in there as well. The reason why is because when people Google your name, you want your Google My Business page to show up. When people Google your brand, you want your business page to show up. When people Google area name mortgage lender, or they just search mortgage lender and they're in your local area, you want to show up to those people as well. And if you think about it, what did we just do? We covered our past customers that are sending us referrals by putting our name in there. We covered our referral partners, right? And we covered all of the new traffic. Just in that one little change on your website, it can make a big difference. Now, We've covered backlinks. We've covered the site structure. Now let's go over our content plan. Okay. I mentioned that Google's using artificial intelligence to rank websites. And Google has shown us through the tagging system, essentially, that they have on Google My Business, that the main category that you're going to get traffic from is called mortgage lender. The most valuable keyword in the mortgage business is mortgage lender. That's in the United States. If you're in Canada, it's mortgage broker. Okay, different search patterns in each country, right? Your content plan should look like this, because when you are an authority in the mortgage lender category, you will have authority across all of the other subcategories underneath mortgage lender, right? Your website can then produce content for each of the subcategories underneath mortgage lender and increase rank in each of those subcategories. So you've got first mortgage, refinance, reverse mortgage, first time buyer, second mortgage, credit repair, VA, all of those different categories. You just write one article a month per vertical. And this is quite literally how you can go out and dominate all of the different traffic types in your local marketplace by creating content on your website or on your Google My Business page. You don't even, and again, this gets a little bit more technical, but you don't necessarily need to be producing that content on your website. If corporate controls your website, you can produce this content, put it on your Google My Business page, and use that to drive the rankings, right? To give you some best practices for content creation, you choose the topic, the 3 main questions that you get on that topic all of the time, and then you add 1 question that that person should be asking about that content, and then a call to action on every single piece of content that you put out there. And what this does is it positions you as the authority. It answers the questions that people are asking your competitors or potentially going to ask your competitors, so that it positions you as the person that can answer all of the rest of their questions. And when you give them 1 question they should ask that they hadn't thought of, they think, hey, what else don't I know that this mortgage professional is going to be able to teach me, right? And then a call to action at the end of that. Now, some best practices, 600 to 1,000 words, more is better. The larger you can make your articles, the better they will perform. That's kind of like a minimum standard, right? Use the main keyword in the title of the article, and then use the main keyword naturally throughout your content. Don't keyword stuff. That doesn't work anymore. Consistency is absolutely key. You've got to make sure that you're producing this content on a regular basis, and at least once a month, you've got a quality piece of content that's going out on your website. Optimize the code of each independent article. So just like the homepage of your website should have that title tag structure that I just gave you, every article has a title to it, right? There's a title tag on that page. Make sure that it's the main keyword that you're going after and the area name, so that, let's say, Texas VA lender is the title, and it goes in the code as well if that's what you were going after. And then submit your sitemap. And all sitemap is a blueprint. Just like when you build a house and you take the blueprint down to City Hall and you register with the city and like, hey, this is what the house looks like. A sitemap is a blueprint of your website that you're giving to Google to say, hey, here's how you can get around my website. So when you get there, you don't have to use processing power to figure it out. Here's exactly where you go to get the content. And then when you finish your content, you've got this beautiful article that's going to help position new customers, educate new customers, and drive new customers into your business. Now, reviews absolutely matter. Everything that we just covered is exactly how we take a local client and we move them into that 3-pack. The rankings are important, but if there's no ratings and reviews there, you're not going to get the maximum impact from the ranking that you've built. So the reviews are what generates the phone calls. They don't necessarily move the ranking a whole lot, but they generate the calls, which is the most important part, because that's where the ROI comes from. It comes from closed loans of people that are actually calling you because of the profiles on the front page. So again, we'll run through this pretty quickly, but there was a study that was done by Bright Local that was then featured by Search Engine Land, showing that 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation. So this email template is going to help you get more ratings and reviews from your past customers, and it's also going to help you generate immediate referrals from your past clients when you send it out. And I'll run through it really quickly. We actually had this created for us. We wrote the original copy, and then we sent it to a professional copywriter who knows this stuff called NLP. Oh, sorry. Sounds like somebody was having a little bit of audio issues on the call. Hold on just one second. If I drop the audio, I'll be right back, which I won't, but I don't want you to have to deal with bad audio. So there we go. All right. So hopefully that'll help. And if any of you have been getting garbled audio, well, actually, it was said, it sounds like a slow off-key banjo. I haven't been singing, but that's definitely what I sound like when I sing, is an off-key banjo. So hopefully that fixes the audio for you. Matthew, thank you for the feedback. And yes, absolutely, we'll reach out to you and get you the information that you're looking for. So thanks for your feedback. The email template. We reach out, hey, hope all is well with you and family. I'm running a test right now in my business. I'm wondering if you can do me a favor. I've been focusing all my efforts lately on local marketing, specifically Google Places pages. And over the next 5 days, I'm testing what results I can get from getting 5-star reviews each day. Can you take a couple of minutes to leave a little 5-star review for me? And then here's the link, and you send them to the actual page. And then underneath that, it says, here's a link to a video I made that shows you how to go through the rating and review process. That is a video that we've created for you to send out so that people understand very clearly how to leave that review and that it needs to be a 5-star rating and review. Then you give them a couple of samples. And the reason why we give them 3 samples is so that people don't just copy and paste it and all your reviews look the same. We want to just trigger them how to leave a good review and have them go leave their own. And then at the bottom, we do a little call to action there to generate the reviews, where it basically says, hey, if you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or refinance, please pass my information along, right? So, and if you'd like a copy of that email, well, I'm happy to send that to you. You can go on our Facebook business page and just say, hey, can I get access to the email template? Or you can just post a comment here on the Zoom presentation, and we'll send that over to you as well. Now, here's some advanced features. This is how you outsmart your competition. These are AdWords Express ads. So inside your Google My Business dashboard, there's a section there that says Manage Your Ads. When you go in there, what this allows you to do is to run an ad that shows up in that 3-pack, okay? And this is going to get you the immediate phone calls while you're waiting for your organic placement to catch up, right? So that organic placement is going to take a little bit of time to get there. And you can use these AdWords Express ads in some marketplaces to put a 4th spot on the map and feature your ratings, reviews, and testimonials. So you go to business.google.com, click on the big blue button, and then click on Create a New Ad. When they ask you what type of goal you want, calls to your business is what you want to select there. And then you select your target market, where you want to show up on the home page. It's going to ask you for a category. You have to select mortgage broker and or do a search for mortgage lender. It hasn't been there previously, but this is changing all of the time. So look for mortgage lender. If you can't see it, put mortgage broker in there. And then there are subcategories there. Pick the ones that match with you. There's categories for second mortgage, private mortgage, commercial mortgages, all kinds of different mortgages that will pop up in there. Select the ones that are right for you, and then write your ad. Put an ad copy template in here for you so that you can swipe and deploy and you don't have to think about it. So one of the ads that performs well for us says, call for free mortgage advice. Get access to free calculators, get current rate quotes, and the tools to find out how much you can afford. And then your phone number is right there. These ads feature the testimonials right from your Google My Business profile, and people can click and go to your website. The majority of the results that you get from this style of advertisement is going to be direct phone calls that come into the business, okay? Then you want to add your phone number so that they can add your specific phone number to the ad, and then you set your budget. And the great thing about this tool is that over on the right-hand side, it'll show you how much traffic you're going to get in a month before you invest in the program. So you can go as little as $5 a day all the way up to ridiculous Google style budgets, which I don't recommend. You definitely want to test this, see how many phone calls that you're getting with a budget of say $500 or $600, and then scale from there. And again, you don't have to go that aggressive either, but that's where I would start. I mean, you know, to invest $500 in ads to return a deal that's making you potentially $2,500, you know, I would do that all day long. So make sure that you pick the budget that's right for you, review everything that you've built, and then click on save. Another advanced tip, make sure that you enable the messaging on your profile like we talked about. And then retargeting. Retargeting is when somebody comes to your website, these ads follow them around online, right? And you can have them show up inside people's Gmail inboxes. You can have them show up as banner ads when they're reading like major news sites, or you can show YouTube ads to the people that have already been on your website. And quality retargeting converts lost leads, generates more referrals for your business, and builds an incredible brand presence. You look much larger than you could potentially be, or that you may potentially are, because people go to your website and then they see you everywhere after that online. And again, keep in mind, these people are in market right now looking to buy. You want to establish that brand presence very quickly and hold it there for the next 60 to 90 days, because that's the purchase window. That's when those people are going to convert. All your deals should be filtering through this system. You should have a front page ranking on Google, and you should have a tremendous amount of social proof from your past customers. If you take one thing away from this presentation, it's that there's low-hanging fruit sitting out there right now that you can go take. But going out and networking with your past customers, and even opening up the relationship with your customers that says, when I do a good job and you get this 5-star experience that I'm going to deliver to you, can we agree that that's worth a Google review? And just build your Google reviews. Because even if you don't rank on the front page of Google, you're going to close more of the referrals from your past clients. You're going to close more of the deals from your existing referral partners. And just the profit that comes from that is worth the effort and the time that it takes to put this stuff together. So now that you know what needs to be done, let me help you implement. This is everything that you need, okay? You need a Google My Business profile, and you need it optimized. Go through those setup steps, right? You need local syndication on all listings and citation sites. And that's that map that I gave you, along with the local business directories and your referral partners, right? Local and state business directories and personal link building. You need a technical SEO website overhaul, which is the title tags and some of the other meta tags in your site. Again, I didn't want to give you too much during that part to get you overwhelmed, but if you just change that main title tag, that can make a significant impact. You want ongoing, high quality, reverse engineered backlinks from your competitors. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more than that, maybe we can dive into that during the Q&A. And then a keyword specific content plan with high quality, unique content that goes on your website at least once a month. Then scrub your database and launch your reputation management. Take the email template that I gave you in today's presentation, scrub your database to get rid of anybody that's not relevant or that you potentially don't want to reach out to, and then reach out to the people that you know are going to give you 5-star ratings and reviews, and then make that an ongoing process to make you the #1 lender in your local marketplace. And if you think about it, just imagine what your business would produce when people do a search for mortgage lender or mortgage broker and they see you. This is our client, James, the one who had the testimonial earlier in the presentation. When somebody Googles a mortgage broker in his marketplace, because he's in Canada, he's got 353 ratings and reviews. His next closest competitor has 29. Pretty obvious who you're going to choose to fund your loan with, right? And then here's his, that helped increase his business by 48% more mortgages. This is one of our clients that's ranked in Fort Lauderdale, okay? His name is Brad. He's got 55 ratings and reviews. His next closest competitor has 6, right? This is Brad's review. I've utilized Chris's services for a number of years and I'm extremely happy. I've had endless solicitations and offers to enhance my online presence. These firms promise me the world. However, no one has performed as well as Chris and obviously the team at Connection Incorporated. So if you're looking to get on the front page of Google, we're really good at that. I'm going to just move this over and just break down kind of like a la carte services. So you're probably getting, and Jeffrey, the question about retargeting, I'll dive into that and I'll actually go online and I'll show you how that works and how to set that up. And Devin, what I'll do is I'll send out the presentation. I'll send the recording out to everybody that attended. So you'll get the AdWords Express ad, but I can also go through it in the Q&A. So any questions that you have, just type those into the Q&A. And then, and as we just wrap this up, I'll hop into the Q&A, and we'll go through this really quick here. So if you were to go out and buy each of the things that you need to do in order to make this stuff work, these are real prices from real companies out there that charge kind of like a la carte to do each of these things, because you can go out and find contractors on like Odesk or Upwork or whatever it is to do this stuff. And these are actual prices that we've gotten from people to actually do this work. And if you take that and you total it up, the total one time that you need to perform the first overhaul of your site and do the backlinks and all that stuff, and which doesn't include any of the reputation management stuff, your one-time fee would be $2,598. And that's getting a good price in the marketplace. And then monthly, you would have to invest $2,961 to have all of the link building and all of that done for you. Now, I'm not quite so sure why we just popped out of the presentation there, but we'll keep going yet. So our pricing is $2,000 up front and $1,500 a month for that service. So you can tell from the lead flow and the deal flow that's coming through with our existing customers, at only $1,500 a month, they're making a fantastic return on investment on a monthly basis. Now, on today's webinar, what I've done is I've put together a discount for you. So the fast action discount takes the $2,000 fee down to $1,497, and our monthly, which is normally $1,500, we're dropping that down to $997. So today you're saving $1,497 on the program, and you can go now to connectionincorporated.com/discount to take advantage of that. Now, when you go there, you're going to see this screen that pops up, and it'll say, yes, I want the ranking and review program, and then it'll ask you to choose your country, and then it'll ask you to fill in your city name. The reason why you're going through that process is because we can only accept 2 clients per market. I think it's pretty obvious why. We can only rank 2 businesses because there's only 3 spots. And we've tried with friends and family and stuff like that to do all 3 businesses in the 3-pack, and it doesn't work. So we can only take 2 clients per marketplace. And as you can tell just from the testimonials, a lot of the larger marketplaces are already wrapped up at this point. So you've got to choose your country in that box. And then if your marketplace is already taken, it'll give you a thank you message, and that will trigger us. And then we'll reach out, make sure that you get the slides, that you get all the support that you need. And we'll get you everything that we need. But if it doesn't, then your marketplace is available, and we'll get you into the onboarding process right away. So you can get started today for just $1,497 to have us do all of the work for you. So go to connectionincorporated.com/discount. You're getting the entire overhaul, which is the Google My Business page setup and all of those local account profiles, the local syndication, the name, address, and phone number, and a full citation blast, which puts you on all the local citations. Local and state business directories and personal link building will actually reach out to your referral partners on your behalf because it is a little bit of a technical process. We'll help walk them through that process. You get a website overhaul or an overhaul of your Google My Business page so that we can post the content there. Ongoing backlinks, keywords, specific content plan. Every month we produce one of those long scale articles for your website so that you rank in the local marketplace. And again, everything is sent to you first to ensure compliance. We also have, in a lot of the client accounts that we have, they just set up a direct relationship between us and whoever it is at corporate that's in charge of corporate compliance. And we send the content to the corporate compliance department. They approve it as it comes back. The loan officer is CC'd on all the communication, but doesn't actually have to do anything. And we're sending in the content for compliance. It's coming back as approved, and then we're publishing it. So that's how that typical workflow goes. And again, once a month, we're going through that machine to make sure that your website is being updated and that you're getting high quality content. And then we build all of the backlinks, we reverse engineer your marketplace, all that good stuff. And then we help you scrub your database and launch your reputation management program. And we go through an ongoing process to make you the #1 lender in your marketplace. So as you close deals every month, you can send those deals to us, and we'll reach out to those people to get the reviews for you and send the email to those people. And then we somewhat customize that process to what you want to be done in the business, and you get all of that. Again, we've covered the disclaimer. We only work with 2 markets, and this is important. So who this is not for. If you need money today, this is not for you. So if you're thinking like, hey, I got to close deals in January, this is not for you. This takes time. Most marketplaces, like kind of like the minimum it's going to take us to rank is like 60 to 90 days, and we can't guarantee that. It's Google. I mean, anybody that promises you a ranking on Google that's shenanigans. But this takes time, right? Well, obviously, we're going to offset the time that it takes with some Google My Business ads, and we are going to generate volume through you, but you won't feel the full effect of the program for a while. You're investing in this because this is a long-term business growth system, and in 6 months, 9 months, a year from now, you want to be dominant in your marketplace, and you understand that it's an investment, and then that investment returns over time exponentially once you're actually getting the results, right? If you can't help local customers, so if you're here and you're looking at like a national plan, like I won't name anybody on the webinar, but we can't do this on a national scale. It has to be local. If you can't handle an influx of new customers, if you don't have processing in place to handle the influx of deals, you can end up kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because online 5-star reviews are such a critical component to this. And if your process isn't in place and you potentially put people through a bad experience, it's hard for us to work with that, right? So you got to be able to actually have the process in place to handle the volume. You got to have an advertising budget. Again, this is $1,000 a month with your discount. And you've got to be able to invest in that program until you start seeing the returns. And if you will not let us help you get reviews, probably not going to be a good fit, because the reviews are what generates the results. We do the nerdy ranking stuff. The reviews are what makes the phone ring and gives you those pre-qualified people, right? Who this is for. If you want to be the leader in your local marketplace, hands down, this is going to do it for you. If you have happy customers, but you haven't really dialed in how to get those online reviews onto your profiles, like Google, and then after Google, Zillow and Yelp and Facebook and all those, this is phenomenal. This is a phenomenal fit for you. If you want the results, but you don't have the time, which I believe should be every mortgage professional out there, because your job is closing loans. It's not writing HTML code and writing articles and doing all that kind of stuff. You should be meeting with people and funding, right? That is the highest and best return for your time investment. But if you're already busy, but you want more, this is perfect for you. If you want an influx of new quality customers, again, the Facebook side of things, you can do a massive volume of leads, but not as many of them are going to convert up front. These leads are exceptionally high quality. They don't take a whole lot of time, right? They're just phone calls that come into the business. They're very high quality and they fund. So it's not a massive undertaking of process. It's just new quality deals. And then if you have an advertising budget and you're allocating, things to like Yellow Pages, if you're running, like Yellow Pages ads or something like that, just stop that and invest in Google. I can assure you, Google's gonna trounce all over the old Yellow Pages for you, right? So claim your market now by going to connectionincorporated.com/discount. I've got some bonuses for you. You get a 30-minute consultation with our team to kind of onboard you and get you everything that you need, get you up to speed. I'm also giving you the Facebook Formula program, which shows you how to take your happy customers and get even more referrals from those people through Facebook. It's an 8-week training course that kind of takes you from zero to being a Facebook marketing expert in your mortgage business. And then the Abundance program, which has a $497 value, we sell that at $497. That's how to run paid ads on Facebook. And it's a 4-week training program that shows you how to do that. And I'm giving you those two things because they are bolt-ons behind Google. Once you've got Google installed in your business, you can get, it's like 2 little rocket boosters that are going to go on your primary campaign. You're closing the deals from Google, then putting those closed loans into Facebook so that you generate more referrals from those people out the back end. So I'm giving you all of that. And again, you get that for free when you invest today. So that's $1,991 in added value. And the program cost itself just to get started is $1,497. So go to connectionincorporated.com/discount and get started today. We'll skip over some of the other stuff in the testimonials and the phone calls. You've seen all that stuff, right? And what I did want to do is pop up a screen and answer some of your questions while we go through this process. So hold on here. Let's get an answer to your questions. And thank you all for spending an hour with me here, so close to the holidays. I realize, you know, it's Thursday before pretty much everybody checks out for the holidays. And I really, really value your time and your investment here today. So thank you from me to you for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed the training and you've taken away here what to do. And if you haven't found us on Facebook, go to facebook.com/CW Johnstone is the link to our business page. Click like the business page, get involved there, and listen to the testimonial that Mike left on the business page yesterday. It's a great audio that'll give you a real world outline of what it's like to be on the program and the type of results that you can expect. So our next question is from Jeffrey. Jeffrey says, how do you do retargeting? So Jeffrey, what you do is you go into Google AdWords. So not AdWords Express, but Google AdWords. And when you log into that interface, on the left-hand side, there's a menu bar that says audiences. You're going to create an audience from your website traffic. And AdWords will give you a piece of code to install on your website. It's called the retargeting pixel. Install the pixel on your website. And then when you go to run an AdWords ad, rather than selecting keywords, you select the audience from your website. And that's essentially how it's done. I'm not going to run you through the actual, the screenshot of doing it, because that would probably take about 25 minutes to a half an hour. Again, it's my opinion that I'll back the train up a little bit here. I just got back from a relatively high level business training event, and I had a problem in our business, right? So one of the things that we're working on is how to structure a sales team and just maintain consistency, because it's very, very important to me that everybody has like an educational sales experience, right? So it's very important to me that if you're here on the webinar and you don't buy something from us, you leave better than when you showed up, right? This isn't a sales pitch. I mean, obviously we have something for sale, but it's not like your traditional sales, like club them over the head until it's like yes or no, right? Like we don't believe in that. That's against our core values. And so I went to this high level event and I said to the guy, listen, I have this problem, and I feel like as I scale more salespeople into the organization, I'm not going to be able to provide this consistency, and I want people to be really happy even if they don't buy from us, because we're in this for the long term and we want everybody to be happy with the brand. And he said, well, why don't you just hire somebody to train the sales team on specifically that? Why don't you create trainers instead of salespeople and just hire somebody to do that? And I was like, oh, well, that's good advice. Thank you. I'm going to do that. Like we're actively doing that, right? And so as I kind of we started to disengage from the conversation because there was other conversations happening around us, he grabbed me by the arm and said, Chris, and so I turned around and said, yeah. He says, if you have a problem that can be solved with a check, you don't actually have a problem. And I thought, wow, that is so powerful for pretty much everything that I run into in my business. And this is one of those things, like running retargeting ads. And don't take this the wrong way, because you may be a very technical person, and I'm generalizing somewhat, but traditionally speaking, we'll get somebody on an event like this and they're not technical. They don't want to know how to run retargeting ads. They want the result from the retargeting that the retargeting brings, but showing you what buttons to press and walking you through that process isn't the best use of your time. Your time should be meeting with realtors, meeting with past customers, and loan processing, right? Or making sure that your loan processing systems are in place. You are the rainmaker. If you are responsible for the business, your job is to bring the loans to the door and having a process in place so that the loans can, create more loans through a phenomenal experience. So it's take the hour that you would spend on learning retargeting, pick up the phone and call referral partners and call your past customers. Get ratings and reviews on your Google My Business page. Focus your activities on the high dollar activities that are going to generate results and response for you. So hopefully that helps. And, you know, if you're so inclined as to join the program today, we will set your retargeting up for you as a bonus when you sign up. And that stands for everybody. Those of you that have already purchased, this applies to you as well. And thank you. Welcome to the program. We'll set up your Google retargeting for you as part of the program so that you don't have to worry about it. You can focus on getting the ratings, reviews, and testimonials. From Devin said, can you go back over the AdWords Express slide? I didn't get the advertisement. And yes, absolutely, I can. So here it is. Drummond, thank you so much. Love that quote about the check. So that originally, the original quote, I believe, is credited back to Joe Polish. Polish is I believe the first gentleman who said that, and then I heard it from Dean Graziosi, who said it to me. So and phenomenal advice. So I'm thankful to share it and give credit where credit is due, because I certainly did not come up with that. Here's your ad. The ad is call for free mortgage advice, and you can take a screenshot of this. You can take screenshots of anything that you would like whenever you're on any of my presentations. Get access to free calculators, get current rate quotes, and the tools to find out how much you can afford. I'll run that back for you one more time. Call for free mortgage advice, right? Because people don't really want a rate, even though that's what most people advertise, right? So call for free mortgage advice, get access to free calculators, get current rate quotes, and the tools to find out how much you can afford. And again, we currently have that ad running for existing clients that are getting results from it. So swipe and deploy. And any other questions that you have, just type those into the control panel here. I did see a question about backlinks. So I'm going to run the risk of potentially stubbing my toe and not being able to log into an account because I have forgotten my password for the account. But if it's automatically saved into my browser, we're good to go, okay? So hold on here, and you should be able to see my screen. I'm logging into a website that's called ahrefs.com, ahrefs.com. And what this tool allows us to do, you can sign up for a free trial and use it for a limited time. This is going to allow us to reverse engineer your competitors' backlinks, okay? So this is one of the first things that your account manager does when we onboard your account, is we reverse engineer your marketplace. Okay, great. So we're logged in. So I'm going to go in. Somebody pick a marketplace for me. Like let's go reverse engineer a marketplace, and I'll show you how to rank, basically. So where y'all from, and give me a marketplace, and I'll reverse engineer one of your competitors live for you, and get you the information that you need about essentially how many backlinks that you need. And if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to take a quick sip of water while I'm waiting for somebody to throw one in there. So hold on here. And yes, it was a massive copy from, you can tell we're broadcasting from Canada on the old Tim Hortons there, but it's water now. All right. So we are from Magnolia, Texas. Okay, cool. So let's take in Maryland, Harrisonburg, Oakland, California. Drummond, we should chat. I got a neighbor of yours who's not specifically in your marketplace, but very, very close. And getting some great results from the program. So we should chat. So Magnolia. So what I'm going to do here is just type in Magnolia, and I'll put Texas in there. And then we'll do mortgage lender, okay? And can you all see my screen? I just did a Google search, and it's now popped up with the Google search results page. There's 3 ads up here at the top, and then you can see the map down at the bottom. Can you guys see that screen? You can see the Google search results screen? Oh man. I just type yes in the Q&A panel if you can. Yes, Ashley. Okay, awesome. So your marketplace, sleep, totally asleep. Don't even realize what's happening here. So there's 1 rating and review showing up in the Google Pack, and it's a 1-star rating and review. So if you think about this from the consumer's perspective, they have no idea who to choose. If there was one mortgage lender here with 10 5-star ratings and reviews, you would be the obvious first choice in the local marketplace. Now, one of the things that I didn't touch on in the webinar, which is important now that we're kind of live doing this, but 1, 2, 3, these are ads, right? And there's Zillow.com, Yelp.ca, Alignable.com, Trulia.com. So these national lenders, or national businesses, I should say, are taking up a pretty good amount of this front page. And it's like this in pretty much every marketplace. Some of them, Yelp will have 2 or 3 spots up in the top 4. So if you're looking at the local traffic, this is the easiest way to get in front of them. Now, so one thing to that, and Ashley, I won't give away too much of your comment or your information, but it says we have a 5-star review and normally show up, but I don't see it here. The Google will see websites that you visited previously, and then we'll show those websites back up in your search results. So I see a lot of people that think they're on the front page, but then when we dive into their Google Analytics or their Webmaster Tools, they're not actually getting any traffic. There is no actual rankings there, but it's because you've been on that website previously. So Google thinks, oh, hey, they're probably going to want to go back to the website that they saw before, so they'll show it in the search engine rankings. So just be wary of that. This is for somebody that goes on and just does a search for mortgage lender. They don't have to type in Magnolia, Texas. Google just knows where they are, so they'll show this map. So this NRL mortgage is probably they're in the A position. So if we can outrank them, we've got a really good chance of showing up in that 3-pack. So we're just going to take their domain name here, and we're going to punch it into this Ahrefs tool, right? We're going to punch it in, and then we're going to do a search. And what this is going to do is look at how many backlinks have been built on the page and what the domain authority is and all that good stuff. So if you look, they have a grand, and again, I don't want to be too technical here, but this thing that says DR, this is the domain rating, and it shows kind of like the overall health of their site and their backlinking profile, right? And 47 is strong. They have 122 other websites that are linking to them, and that's creating a total of 2,930 backlinks that are going to that site. Now, you may look at that and think that's overwhelming, like how am I going to get 122 people to link to me? But when you do the local business directory structure and you blast out the citations and you go out to your referral partners, all that stuff compounds, and it's shocking how many high quality links you can build in a really short period of time. But to circumvent that, what your account manager would do, or what you would do, is take this 122 and you click on it, okay? When you click on it, it will give you a list of all of the backlinks that have already been built to this site. And what you do is you essentially export all of these domains and then visit them. Some of them will have a free section where you can just sign up for a business listing and duplicate that backlink, right? If Google sees 2 backlinks that are pointing to the same website, you both get credit for it. So if you just duplicate the links that your competitor has, you'll have a matched profile, and then all of the new unique links that you build will then put you above that competitor, right? And if you look, 1,317 of their total backlinks are coming from one website, lendingtoall.com. So you can reach out to that person, figure out what's happened to generate all those links to that one site, and potentially drive those links to your site as well. And this is why we're able to rank in so many competitive marketplaces relatively quickly, because we've done this research in pretty much every major marketplace in North America. That includes the United States and Canada, and we keep a master list. So every time we find an exceptional backlink source that helps specifically in the mortgage business, we keep it on a hot sheet. So when we hit a local marketplace, because we only work with mortgage brokers, we'll go up against these really high, like very well regarded, reputable firms, and we're able to gain traction exceptionally quick because we have the intellectual property of doing all of this research kind of across the country. So you take those high domain rated sites and just map out that profile. And then what I would do, and I won't do it for interest of time because we're about to wrap up here. I know everybody's busy right for the holidays. But I would go back now to the homepage and take all of the backlinks for this Allied American Mortgage and then Regions Mortgage, and I would create a full map of all of the high quality backlinks. Then I would go through here. I would skip Zillow, skip Yelp. I'd go to corelending.com, reverse engineer that backlink profile until I have this huge master list. And then it's just hard work. Somebody clicking on those links, going to those websites and finding out how to reverse engineer that backlink, whether we're emailing in to the person who owns the website to try and set up that link, or whether they have a free business directory or whatever it is. But that's how we go out and reverse engineer that stuff. So hopefully that's helpful for you. And give me just a second because, well, I would be remiss if I didn't say, go to connectionincorporated.com/discount. We would love to work with you. I mean, your marketplace looks phenomenal. And we would love to do that work for you. So connectionincorporated.com/discount. Actually, your market is available, but for those of you that are kind of from all over the place, come on in. We want you too. So go to connectionincorporated.com/discount, process that payment, and we're looking forward to getting started. So I'm going to do a search here, and you'll have to excuse me because I've been talking for an hour and my memory isn't quite 100% because it is 1:18 and I haven't had lunch yet either. So our client, Mike Durr, he's in Kingwood, and this is Texas. So actually, I mean, Texas is massive. So he may be close to you, he may be not. But this is the gentleman who left the review on our business page yesterday. And Kingwood is a really small town. Okay, so 30 minutes from you. That's amazing. So check this out. If you do Kingwood mortgage lender, and again, people in Kingwood just have to do mortgage lender, right? Kingswood? Is it Kingswood? Kingwood. Hold on here. Yeah, there he is, Mike Durr. So kingwoodmortgageguys.com. And again, his testimonials on our business page from yesterday. The call was recorded yesterday on the 20th. And he's closing, like he's funded 5 loans in December as a result of the program. So I don't know what y'all are doing as far as like an average home price and an average split. Everybody's a little bit different. But even if you take $2,000 per deal, he's done 5 this month. You can see he's almost paid for a year's worth of the program just in the volume that he's funded in December. So I know that the upfront can be scary sometimes, but here's a marketplace very, very similar to yours. He's got 49 ratings and reviews. When he started, he had hardly any, right? He was just like every other mortgage lender out there, just didn't understand. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But now, I mean, the leads that come in exceptionally high quality want to work with him, and it's working in this relatively small Texas market, very close to you. Okay, cool. So this is a great way to go out and get your center of influence to start leaving those ratings and reviews, and to build. So that's phenomenal. So anyways, with that, is there any other questions from anybody out there? And you know, Jonathan, if you'd like, I can reverse engineer your marketplace as well if you're still here. I don't see the attendee list. I just see the questions that come in. And I know that we were only scheduled Okay, Jonathan, what if you're buried in a corporate site? Yeah, totally cool. So normally what we do is we'll set up a meeting between us and corporate and talk about and show them, like, here's the case studies of the results that we're generating. They kind of bring them on board for like, oh, hey, more volume, right? And then open up the conversation of, you know, if we were able to just add content to the homepage of the website, change a little bit of code, I'd say our hit rate's maybe like 75%, where corporate will say, okay, look, just don't tell anybody, but we'll change this particular page in the corporate world and just go do what you do. And that's normally enough, right? But if it's a hard no from corporate, then we just post all of the content to the Google My Business page itself so that we get the fresh content. And backlinks are backlinks. There's no corporate approval needed for those. So, I mean, we deal with corporate with every single customer that we have. So it's seen, I think, as a bigger stumbling block than it actually is. And, you know, we work beside you to kind of navigate the process depending on who it is. But traditionally, we get really nice response. And just, you know, I want to be candid with everybody on the webinar. We sell up, right? So our process is to make the loan officer at the branch successful. Then we talk to the branch manager so that they can then connect us with a regional manager. The regional manager, we prove the system to them, and then we work from a regional manager to like a corporate marketing director or something like that so that we can run training. So if you work for like a national franchise or whatever, we'll come on and do a webinar like this just for the loan officers at that specific branch. And then, you know, work with corporate to figure out what type of discount that we can give down to each branch. But we like to prove it in a small market first, and then work our way back up the chain from that point. So we want to talk to corporate and work with them on your behalf. So not as big a stumbling block as many people think. So now I'm going to hop in here, Harrisonburg. I know a little bit more of a competitive marketplace, but I mean, with the ratings and reviews, it's crazy. So VBS has 7. This company has 9, but both 5 stars. Awesome. Okay, so for that, you could set up an independent address in order to do that. And obviously everybody on the webinar can't see the question, so I'll paraphrase it so I'm not giving too much away. But this particular individual is an LO at a branch that has multiple LOs. His website is embedded within the company's site. How can I separate myself out so that all the leads aren't rolling into the general phone number? Totally logical question, right? So set up your own Google My Business profile. If corporate will allow you to run your own website, that is the way to solve that problem. Set up yourname.com as a domain. And, oh man. Yeah, so you need a website. If corporate will allow you to have it. If not, get your own Google My Business profile, and on that Google My Business profile, have your own ratings and reviews, right? And there's a process that can potentially happen with Google. It works like half the time, where you can move reviews from one profile to another. Get those reviews on your profile with your phone number. That is we're talking about the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest to close customers in a local marketplace. And I mean, we're not a web development company, so we don't sell websites. But if we have somebody that comes to us on the SEO program that wants a website, we have full-time developers on staff that work for us, and we take them and task them on your website. It's custom WordPress, custom graphics design. They're beautiful, and we charge a one-time fee for a current client of $1,000 to develop a website for you. That gets you out from the corporate umbrella and allows you to kind of own your own brand, allows you to own your own Google My Business profile, and have everything underneath your umbrella. As a best case scenario, that's what I would do with that. As kind of a worst case scenario, it's just another Google My Business profile that's tied to the main branch, and you associate it with a suite number. So it's the same location, but at a suite within the building, and then start building your own testimonials and your ratings and reviews on that profile. In a simple conversation with corporate, if you and again, I won't give too much away, but if you're the one that is generating the results, you are the one that deserves the rewards, in my opinion. And so they should be able to get behind a strategy, because even if they can bump out another competitor, keep all the volume in-house and have 2 profiles, that's kind of a win-win for everybody involved. I don't know why anybody would say no to that. So, and again, if you claim the market, go through the process, go to connectionincorporated.com/discount. If you go ahead and claim your marketplace, put down the deposit, we talk to corporate, it's not a good fit, we just refund you 100% of the money. So it's not like, you know, you're putting a down payment down, but if it doesn't work out, we can't help you, we give you 100% of your money back. So that's probably the best way to go about that. But we'll reverse engineer one of your competitors, and then we got to run. We got to be out of here by 1:30. So we'll click on, oh, well, never mind. I won't do the VBS one. But if you were to launch your own website and you wanted to take the number 2, that's going to corporate. So that should be pretty easy to bump. And we'll take a look at this one here. This is the Wells Fargo. So, I mean, your local competition is not, they're all ranking just based off national authority sites. So there's nobody doing a localized link building profile in your marketplace. So just starting off and with the core review profile, I mean, you'd take probably like 60, maybe 90 days for Google to index everything. But as soon as you can show Google, hey, I'm not a national corporate brand trying to rank in a local marketplace, I'm an actual local person, that's who they want on these 3 packs. I'm assuming that in this marketplace, it's just for a lack of options for Google. They can't determine who an expert is in the local marketplace. So they're just defaulting to corporate brands that have a good backlinking profile. So a bump in your marketplace would not be, it's absolutely attainable. It's just a matter of time, essentially. So yeah, so hopefully that helps. And I would absolutely take a look at, the owning your brand and owning your production, because I mean, just a that's a long-term asset for you. Wow. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay, great. So yeah, head on over to the link, claim it, and then we'll set up the call. You know, depending on your schedule, my schedule might be you know, first thing in the new year, but we'll get this figured out, because that's phenomenal. So thank you very much, and thank you to everybody still here. An hour and a half. I think that I hope that you found value in the content, and thank you so much for spending time with me here right before the holidays. So my name's Chris Johnson. Hi. From me and my family to you and yours, much love. I wish you all the best for the holiday season, and I hope that you have fun recharging your batteries with your family and your friends. And I'm looking forward to just a phenomenal 2018 with y'all. Carrie, thank you so much. Jonathan, thank you so much, and we'll follow up, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you after the holidays, and with that, we'll talk soon, everybody. So yeah, Merry Christmas. Drummond, thank you very much. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Right on. Okay. Bye, everybody.